So the NBA playoff picture is getting tighter and tighter every single day. So today we're going to be looking at the matchups right now. And I guess my predictions with only less than a week left of the NBA regular season. So we do have the Eastern Conference right here, and we start off with the 76ers, Nets, and Bucks are all already clinching, with the Magic, Cavs, and Pistons being eliminated already. Unfortunately for them, but they are really, really bad teams. But for this year and possibly many other years in the future, we have this State Farm Play-in tournament. I'm sure you've heard about it, but I'm just going to quickly give a tutorial for the people who haven't really heard about it. First of all, we have the 7 seed Celtics and the 8 seed Hornets and the 9 seed Wizards and the 10 seed Pacers. First thing that's going to happen, the 7 seed Celtics and the 8 seed Hornets will play a game. The winner of that, let's say that the Celtics win that, they will move over to the 7 seed and clinch themselves a playoff spot, while the Wizards have to play the Pacers. The loser of that game is eliminated. The winner of that game has to go against the winner of the winner of the 9 and 10 seed game. Let's say that's the Wizards. They have to go against the loser of the 7 and 8 seed game, which in this case would be the Hornets. So let's say the Celtics win against the Hornets. They move over to the 7 seed. Let's say that the Wizards beat the Pacers. The Pacers are eliminated, but now the Wizards and Hornets have to play to see who gets the 8 seed. And in that series, I would probably have the Wizards. And in that series, the Wizards would move on to take the 8 seed. The Hornets would be eliminated. But today, we're going to be looking at how this would work out if the playoffs started today. I guess we have to start out with the play-in tournament. I'm probably going to take Boston over the Charlotte Hornets, honestly, any day. I mean, they lost to Miami. They nearly came back by 30, which was scary. You can already see me rocking the Heat merch right now. And I would definitely take Boston in the series over Charlotte, mainly because, I mean, Boston's more experienced with Tatum, Kemba, and Jaylen Brown. And I would probably take the Wizards over the Pacers. I think that they had an exciting overtime game. What was it, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago? It was a very exciting game. I'm telling you, I would love to see that in a playoff matchup. Of course, this is only one game. It is not a 7-game series because that would just take an extra week or two. So I would probably take the Celtics to move over to the 7 seed, and then the Wizards versus Hornets to get the 8 seed. Dang, I'm trying to think. This would be a really good matchup, having Beal, Westbrook versus. I'm thinking Westbrook has been popping off lately. I'm gonna have to go with the Wizards. I'm gonna have to go in the Wizards at that. Wizards move up to number 8. The Hornets and Pacers are unfortunately eliminated. I'm so sorry. And the playoff series matchups are set. We have Philly versus Washington, Brooklyn versus Boston, or we have the 76ers versus the Wizards, the Nets versus the Celtics, the Bucks versus the Heat, and the Knicks versus the Hawks. Again, this is only as if it just started today. We still have a week or so before this actually happens. We'll have probably a couple more episodes based off of this matchup series, playoff picture to see if anything has changed. But in this, I would probably take the 76ers over the Wizards. I would probably take, I think, I don't even really need a reason why. The Washington Wizards don't even have a decent big man. I mean, maybe Daniel Gafford stands no chance against Embiid, you know what I mean? So, I would definitely take Philly in 4, maybe 5, if Beal pops off a game, or Westbrook, it's nothing you can really do about that. I would definitely take the Nets over the Celtics. I would take the Heat over the Bucks. We saw it last year. The Heat have Oladipo, at least I'm hoping for the playoffs, and I really do think that the Bucks can actually do this. I'm saying it right now. I think that I think that the Heat could actually do this and beat the 6 seed. We did it last time, except we were the 5 seed, they were the 1 seed. But now they're down to number 3, we're down to number 5, and I think that we can do the same thing again. Although I just realized that the Heat are literally tied with the Hawks, and we play tomorrow against Boston. That's going to be a very important game. But I would definitely take the Heat over the Bucks in that series. And for the Knicks and Hawks, I would actually love to watch that playoff matchup. I'm going to go with the New York Knicks. They're finally back in the playoffs, so are the Hawks, but I will have to go with Julius Randle's led Knicks. Picking up Derrick Rose was definitely one of the best things they've done all season, other than leading this team to the playoffs. But Derrick Rose has been a great player for them, was the main reason that they were able to beat the Clippers in a nail-biter game yesterday. A great game. But, yeah, I don't have the full entire bracket. I can only give my first round matchup predictions. But that's the Eastern Conference. And this is what it's looking like right now. Let's head over to the Western Conference. Now, this one is a little bit more interesting. We have the Jazz, the Suns, the Clippers, and the Nuggets already clinched, as we have basically Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Houston Rockets already eliminated. But, we have LeBron and Anthony Davis so far right now in the play-in tournament. I think that Anthony Davis had a crazy, crazy game last night. 42 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, I want to say. It could be different. But LeBron is going to be back tomorrow versus the New York Knicks. It's going to be an interesting matchup for sure, as he's back finally. And, but yeah, we already have 4 teams that are clinched here. It looks like that the Mavericks are not too far from that too. Although, they're honestly kind of far. They're like 4 games behind. And it is down to Dallas, Portland, and the Lakers about who's going to get into these 5, 6, and 7. I can already tell you that the 5, 6, and 7 seeds are going to be the Lakers, Trailblazers, or Mavericks. It's going to be one of those. But the Mavericks are the number 5 seed right now, as the Portland Trailblazers are number 6, and the Lakers are number 7. It looks like that the Warriors and Grizzlies are there to stay in the play-in tournament. But at the 10 seed, you don't have the Kings and the Pelicans too far behind with the Spurs. But if we're just going off of right now, I will make my predictions. Starting off in the play-in tournament, we have LeBron versus Steph Curry. If this was a couple years, I mean, it's still going to be really, really exciting. But I mean, they're in the play-in tournament. You know what I mean? And it's only a 1-game matchup, of course. So I would definitely take the Lakers in this series. I think maybe Curry is gonna drop the ton on them, but I was thinking that I said that Beal might go off 1 game. Never mind. But it's only a 1-game series, so if Curry pops off that 1 game, there's nothing you can do about that. It's not we'll come back next game. It's a 1-game series, so the Lakers are gonna have to come out strong with avoiding Steph from shooting that basketball all night, because that he would drill every single one of those shots. And either way, I'm going to be taking LA here. I think that their team is just too powerful for Golden State. And in the 9 and 10 game, I'm going to have to go with the Grizzlies here. I think that the Spurs are not going to get it all done with DeMar DeRozan. But here we go with the Warriors and the Grizzlies playing each other. Of course, the loser from the 7 and 8 playing the winner of the 9 and 10, being the Warriors and the Grizzlies. I'm going to have to go with the Warriors coming back. The Grizzlies get their first game, but not the second game done, as they are eliminated as well with the Spurs. And it will stay as is, with the Lakers being the 7th seed, the Warriors being the 8th seed. Starting off, Jazz versus Warriors. Listen, I don't think that Donovan Mitchell is even back yet. Why don't I know this? I need to check. Okay, 2 days ago, the Jazz announced that Donovan Mitchell continues to progress toward a return to game action after last month, and he's going to be reevaluated in a week, which is near the playoffs. So, listen, if Donovan Mitchell does miss that series, that first series against the Warriors, hey, I'm not saying it's a closeout easily for Golden State, but it's going to be a tough matchup for Utah, especially with Steph Curry without your star player. But listen, they've been putting up really, really fine. They're still 15-18. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I would definitely take Utah in the series, even without Donovan Mitchell. I think that it might be a closer series, maybe in 6 or possibly 7. But it'll be interesting to see when Donovan Mitchell gets back. Now for number 2, the Suns versus the Lakers. This is tough, man. This is tough. 2 seed versus the 7 seed. D-Book finally in the playoffs as the 2 seed with CP3, but it's against the Lakers, and I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers here. I know, I'm sorry. D-Book is in the playoffs. He's the 2 seed. They're gonna make it past the first round. No, unfortunately, you have to go against LeBron and AD in the playoffs. If LeBron's at least playing and healthy by then, with Anthony Davis, as he looked pretty healthy last night, dropping like 40-something points. I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers here. I'm really sorry, Phoenix fans, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about that. Clippers versus Blazers. I think it's a pretty easy one. I'm going with the Clippers here. I would not say definitely to count out the Blazers from maybe taking this into a couple games, just like the Mavericks did to them, as they were the 6th seed last year. With that Luka Doncic OT game winner, that was crazy. I still think about that sometimes. What was the game 5 maybe? Game 4 to force game 5 or 6? I don't know. But only to lose, only to blow a 3-1 lead next round. But yeah. So I would definitely take the Clippers over the Trailblazers in a series. So the Blazers have a really nice record as the 6th seed, but they cannot get too far in the playoffs. Now we have an interesting matchup. 4 seed Nuggets versus 5 seed Mavericks. I would love this playoff matchup. I'm gonna have to go. Dude, this is tough because we think about the star players on each team. We have Jamal Murray, Jokic. Of course, Jamal Murray's out for the season, so it's basically just Jokic versus Luka and Porzingis. And I think Porzingis is a decent center. He's not a stud defensively, but he's a good offensive center. So is Luka, obviously. Dude, this is tough. I'm gonna have to go with the Nuggets. I think that Luka Doncic and the Mavericks do have some good supporting guys around Luka, but I think that the Nuggets do even more. Monte Morris, Aaron Gordon, Paul Millsap, Campazzo, and of course I can't really think right now. JaVale McGee you have there too, and you do have Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleba, and all those guys. Jalen Brunson, no, not James. Is it? No, definitely not. JJ Redick now, but listen, I'm not sure about that matchup. The Nuggets have a 4-game lead, but that's because that was with Jamal Murray and stuff. I would love to see that matchup. I'm telling you, I would love to see that matchup. Nuggets being my second favorite team, I would love for them to win. But it'll be really nice to see. But yeah, that would be my prediction for the Western Conference, and that will actually wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and make sure to leave a comment. I read every single one. So leave some suggestions. I'm definitely going to be taking any of them into consideration. That's going to wrap up. You guys enjoyed. Have a great day.